All right, we're back again. Power and Speed podcast. Yeah. See, Tom's a jerk off because he says, "Oh, Mike always says the same thing." Go fuck yourself.
Power and Speed.
Yep. 908-751-0211. We've got Tad, Crunch, and Thomas in studio today.
Hey, like us on Facebook, man. Do it.
Yeah. How do you get there? Power and Speed.
Power and Speed podcast.
No, I don't know.
Pod.
Look, somehow or another, the guy that does the least amount with Facebook can navigate it and traverse it properly. Tad, the Facebook guru, can't even figure out how to put a post up.
I know.
Using his...
I'm a Facebook guru all of a
It's
sudden.
on the side.
You've got a whole little community built around your barn finds, and you like, it doesn't work. That's what is frustrating.
I posted off to the side.
I know.
What the fuck does that mean?
It's like dealing with a guy
No,
who
I
got
didn't
hit in the
post
head.
off to the side. It posted it to the side.
He did get hit in the
Well,
head.
let me put it this way. My apologies.
Escort.
My apologies.
Fiesta.
If he has to erase
Steven,
his
whatever
memory.
the fuck.
Wow, what an interesting crew tonight.
Yep.
Hey, there's Crunch.
Hi, Crunch. What's up, buddy?
What's up, bro? How are you?
Did you do anything this weekend?
I rested, relaxed, cleaned my room.
What'd you do last Monday night?
Oh, damn. I remember that. You had to get out of here in a hurry.
Yeah.
You nasty motherfucker.
He had his track shoes on, man.
I know. He ran. He was like,
He never runs.
You ever see like the cartoon where there's a cutout in the wall? A guy, there's a little Crunch cutout right in the wall. I got to go. Gone.
When you get that phone call, I'm a car guy. That's what goes with it.
Oh, racing. So you had to go to races.
Yeah, racing,
Gotcha.
women, and oil.
Gotcha.
That's
Understood completely.
Car guy stuff.
All right.
And I saw Thomas.
Oil.
You had your Camaro out of the garage finally.
Yeah, I did. We went to a photo shoot down in Lakewood. It worked out good. Car looks good. I put a picture up on the page.
I know. I finally looked at
Yeah,
it.
you finally saw it.
Finally looked at
Car
it.
looks really nice.
Thank you.
And I guess you kind of had no choice to bring that there because the Subaru's not there.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't put the van on. In our lineup.
Was that a jab?
Yeah, he still doesn't have the Subaru.
Shots fired.
I was the number 3 car too, so that would have been funny if I parked the van in line.
The number 3 car, what'd you?
No, well, I mean, the owner.
Yeah.
And then the general manager. And actually, there was, we lined up kind of in chronological order.
So you had a pretty important spot.
Yeah, pretty important. It was cool.
Okay.
So I couldn't put the Toyota Sienna in that spot.
Did your street race guy that works there bring anything or no?
Yeah, he brought his race car. He
Really?
actually took our general manager's nephew for a couple of hits right in front of our building, and just by luck, it just got paved last Friday.
Right.
So he did about a part throttle hit going one way, and like the kid rode by, and he looked kind of happy.
Yeah.
Then he went down the street and he did a full on like a 20-mile-an-hour roll, wide open hit, and the kid got out and his legs were shaking. Literally, I'm not making it up. He was literally shaking.
The kid who was a passenger.
Yeah.
That can be a little unnerving.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No matter how tough you think you are when you're not driving.
Yeah, you're not under control.
Yeah.
I can get a little messed up.
And the car's fast. I mean, he went on motor, and obviously I'm not going to say how fast it is, but it's fast. And the kid's never been in anything except like a Gen 4 Corvette.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. When you get somebody in a car that's never been in something fast, they're like, "What the hell?" I
Yeah.
mean, they just don't even know what to expect.
Yeah.
I think
the G-forces feel really nice on some horsepower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said it was like a movie, or he said something like that, like everything was going by too fast or something.
And I've had stupid girls in my car that like don't even get faced. Like I took that goofy little Ukrainian girl that was here for a ride. I mean, to the point I was a little nervous. Not that kind of ride, Crunch. Your fucking eyes got all big.
Damn.
That was
Took her for that ride.
that.
too.
Yeah, but this is we're talking about the car ride. I pulled out on Route 78 and beat the hell out of that thing.
In Mexico, though.
What do you mean? Yeah, Mexico.
That Route 78.
Because it's legal.
Yeah.
Beat the hell out of it. Looked over at her. No reaction. She's just sitting there smiling. And I'm like, "You weren't scared?" She's like, "No, I trust you."
Was it Yule?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just stupid. Now, Boris, on the other hand, took him for a ride. I think he left a fucking stain in the seat.
And he cried.
He was ready to cry.
I think he did cry.
He's like, okay, that is good.
Input disclaimer: we do not condone street racing.
I wasn't racing.
No,
I wasn't racing.
just threw that in there.
So I will tell you, I will share a little bit of my weekend that's not X-rated. Although the conversation that occurred after it started probably would be. Anyone, please, anybody out there help me out. I have a 7.3 diesel Excursion that just stopped. Just stopped. No reason. Just stopped. I went up a hill, was going down the other side of the hill, lifted off the throttle, shut off, touch the gas pedal, the pedal. Can't say gas pedal, it's a diesel. Just touch the pedal, nobody home. Cam position sensor, tried it because I actually had one because one went bad, so I bought another one. No good. Next to nothing in codes. I get
Is it out of gas?
No, but they can be out of oil, which would be the next thing
Oh.
a good diesel guy will ask, because these things are a little unique. I mean, I'll tell you a little bit about it so you understand how it works. Alan couldn't quite understand this, and I know he might be listening, but sorry, Alan, you just didn't get it.
The engineer.
The engineer. Yep, there you go. When you have a diesel forces fuel into the cylinder. That's how they work. They have very high pressure fuel systems. The Excursions or like the international motors don't. They have a second oil pump that generates a lot of oil pressure, and that oil pressure acts on the injector and pushes the fuel into the cylinder. So the fuel itself is never exposed to high pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I think what I have wrong is the high pressure oil system is not working. I unplugged, anybody listening to this, the IPC, which is what tells the computer how much high pressure oil pressure it has, because it was reading 5 pounds. I think I have no high pressure oil pressure. Nothing. So
Sounds like a problem.
yeah, I mean, it's like stone dead. Doesn't do nothing. So there's a couple other things that could be. I checked all the fuses that I could find, and from reading forums, because you read forums and you get exactly what I told you. You read forums and the guy's, well, did you check your taillight wiring? Oh, shut up, you douchebag.
Trailer hitch?
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I checked all the basic stuff. Nothing else seems to be wrong. I ordered a Auto Ingenuity, and it's spelled EN, like instead of ingenuity, it's like Enginuity, scanner and diagnostic tool. And it's like a whole programmable computer.
Right. Shameless plug right there.
Yeah. Look, it looks like their stuff really works.
Right.
It's as close to what you can get that Ford uses without buying that.
And that's big money. Actually,
Wasn't terrible.
the
Ford one.
The
Ford one's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a buddy of mine asked me if I could call in a favor with Ford Racing and try to get one. I was like, no, I can't.
How much are they?
I think it's like $6,000.
Oh my God, this thing was like for the Ford, for the scanner with the Ford pack, I think it was $379. It's a computer based.
Yeah.
But it runs all the tests. Like my Excursion has the PATS system. I guess they call it the passive key entry.
Mm-hmm.
It'll even reprogram those keys. It'll do everything. It's
Really?
yeah, it's really good. Really good. Like
Mike's throwing a lot of acronyms out today.
yeah.
And for those of you who don't know what an acronym is, it's a word that designates other words by the letters,
It's
right?
a TLA.
Yeah.
If it says 3 letters, 3-letter acronym.
Okay. He did it again.
Did it again. So that was, and I fucked with it for a little while, and I poked around and probed fuses and I just gave up. And I went and I bought a IPR rebuild kit.
IPR.
Yep, injector pressure regulator.
Nice.
And that regulates I know they call it an injector pressure regulator. It's really stupid. It regulates the oil pressure that drives the injectors. So I bought
so it regulates the ODI.
probably.
Yeah.
HPOP is what they call high pressure oil pump.
Yeah.
Oh, we're learning a lot tonight.
Well, you know what happens when you go to look at this stuff, the guys that know the quote unquote lingo, you're reading there and it's, did you check your IPC and your IPR? And I'm like, WTF. I have no
Yeah, exactly. Right.
So you have to go back and you have to research. Yeah. You have to go research all the Ford acronyms to figure out what fucking parts you're talking about. And then you don't know where they are, so then you got to look it up.
Right.
So I bought a rebuild kit, and I'll try that, but I don't know.
There's probably a video on YouTube that shows you how to
There
do
are.
all of it.
Basically, yeah.
to take him out, and there's a guy showing troubleshooting, but he's got a Ford harness and he's got this Ford thing that tests the high pressure oil side. I don't have any of that shit. I mean, I need the dumbass in the driveway fixing his truck. That's what I need. And it's a diesel. And it's, look, a diesel is pretty simple, but when you throw all the electronics on it and the systems, that's why the diesels are so good now. It's all electronics.
Yep.
They're
Well, real quick, could we just do like way back when with John Stangle? We'll send you to car parts for plugs and wires.
yeah, I wish. Now that's they're pretty complex.
What, was he a parts delivery guy or something?
No, John would just buy stuff at crappy places.
Yeah, but the thing is, we had a diesel and we sent him out for plugs and wires.
We did?
Didn't we?
You sure that didn't happen pre-escort or post? Because
I swear it was John that you sent there.
Fiesta. Sorry.
I swear it was John that you sent there, and he was like, he asked and the guy
post.
Oh no, he asked the guy. He asked the guy.
That's the car that erased his memory.
Oh, okay.
He asked the guy at AutoZone, and the guy was looking for the plugs or wires for the diesel or whatever the hell.
What kind of car was it, Dad?
Had diesel.
No. the car erasing your memory. That's okay. We won't.
Never whisper.
How am I supposed to remember that?
Tad. All right. Now, ironically, you actually have, Thaddeus, a good piece of content that I think is really, really worth discussing.
So do I.
Would you like to share this?
No.
Do you at least have something?
Okay,
open
moving
about?
on.
Yeah. Well, it's a couple things like I put when I posted. I thought some were interesting, some were why. And like one thing that they're having you do in the pits is park the car so people can see the engine.
Okay, listen. See, there's somebody in your head that's talking right now that thinks that everybody else that's listening knows you're talking about NHRA Pro Stock Roll Revision, so you might want to go
Throw
back
the
a little
intro
bit.
in there, buddy.
Like Pro Stock.
All right, NHRA apparently had some kind of press release that Tad has found, and Tom confirmed that it's not. I know he said it's a Facebook post, but it came from somewhere where there's smoke, there's fire, there's something to it.
Yeah.
And Tad, texted me out of the clear blue and said, "Oh, the Pro Stock stuff, I can't post it on the webpage." So I did a little bit of looking. Tad, continue.
Okay. Jeez. Now then, what some odd things.
Leading a horse to water.
I know.
God,
my water's right here.
He's drinking now.
Stop.
Or goat.
So one of the things which doesn't bother me either way, I guess they're trying to do it for the fans, is they went to park the car backwards in the pits so people can see the engines instead of you covering the engine and keeping it as black magic.
I believe there was also something talked about, and if anybody remembers this, for the longest time, the Pro Stock guys, and most of the pro guys in general, look, imagine you're working on your shit and there's people trying to crawl over it and everything. You don't want anybody near you.
Right.
But they actually complained about how big of a pit stall some people were taking up so they could put the car so far away from
You
the
couldn't
people.
see it, yeah.
That they wanted the fans to interact. And look, it's all about trying to build attendance and getting people to look at the thing.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
But I remember when they used to hide their intake manifolds so you couldn't see the runner size, stuff like that.
What do you mean used to?
They still do it?
Oh,
Yeah, they cover the whole top of the motor.
now they're changing it. You
I
have
know.
to be able
That's
to see
going to be the rule, yeah.
So, but that's okay. That's a given. So get people more interested. Then they have the one I didn't understand. They will not let the guys touch the car in the burnout box anymore to keep the car from going sideways and stuff like that. Which is,
I don't think I've seen anybody touch or hold a Pro Stock car in 40 years.
Yeah.
I mean, you see that shit on Street Outlaws, but you don't.
Well,
see
maybe
it
that's why. Maybe that's part of their thing, trying to make people. Ooh.
No, but I don't think. I mean, has anybody in this room ever seen them stabilize a Pro Stock car?
I think I have on the.
Actually, I did see a funny car. The guy was holding the wing on a funny car. I thought
sick
that was
motherfucker.
Well, that's somebody's going to get taken by the
I
draft.
thought that was a
the
little
car.
amazing when I saw that, but I've only seen it one time.
Yeah, but I mean, NHRA Pro Stock guys, they do a very clean, very deliberate burnout. And I don't think I've ever seen anybody stabilizing a car for Pro Stock.
Well, think about it. Typically, when a car moves around in a burnout, it's because something's really not exactly right. And Pro Stock cars, if anything, are pretty fucking exactly right.
Yes.
I haven't seen a Pro Stock car drift in, I can't remember, 15 years.
I mean, from a safety perspective, I think we could all agree that that's fine. If it just, maybe somebody just looked at the rule book and said, hey, people are watching TV and they see them do this on Street Outlaws, and maybe we should just put a rule in. But okay,
they're watching too many of the import racers. How they'll,
maybe it was something simpler, like they don't want people around the back of the car because all the shit that flies around. Nobody wears safety glasses online. I've been hit with rubber in the face and stuff like that.
I've been hit with rubber. That stuff depends on where
knock
it hits
your
you.
eye out.
Yeah.
especially after the jet dragsters go and they just clean up the track.
I mean, let me ask you a question. Does that also include like arming the data computer to record the pass or not?
That I don't have the rule book to see exactly what you're allowed to touch and what you're not.
Yeah, because you watch all these guys, after the burnout,
they come down, but they want you to have between a 4.5 or a 4-inch block lettering on your windshield, Dodge, Mopar, Chevy, Ford.
So that's a rule now?
It's going to be a rule, and some of the guys are complaining. It's like, I want to choose where I put my stuff. Why am I doing this?
Well, that's because the NHRA wants money from the OEs.
Yeah.
Well, the OEs contribute money, even if it doesn't go directly. If you look down the contingency list, I mean, the OEs contribute money to the overall purse. They contribute money to NHRA. So But again, I think what that's trying to do is they're trying to build brand loyalty. They're trying to build, and the other thing really is probably brand rivalry. People look at this and they'd be like, "Oh, that Ford just fucked that Chevy up."
Yeah, Chevy
even though
versus
it's
Ford
so
and-
far from that case at this point.
Yeah, I guess I'm just untrusting because in my world, it's because, just because a guy has a Ford or a Chrysler or whatever, the people in the stands can't necessarily tell what they are, because they're race cars.
No,
So they put Chevy, Ford, and Chrysler on the windshield real big, and they're charging Chrysler, Ford, and Chevy to do that.
maybe
Wow.
That's what I think.
Well, the better
and
stuff,
I would bet I'm right.
you might be
the better I thought.
a little
well,
cynical.
Well,
Tom.
we'll see how it goes.
Bet I'm right.
They're no longer carburetors. They're going to be throttle body fuel injection
Now that's the one we have to discuss.
We got a lot of talking to do about that.
and no hood scoops, which
Okay.
is really going to be fun.
Well, let's leave that
Right.
on the
On the table,
table for the minute. What else is there so we can circle back?
a 10.5 red line.
Okay, another.
So
Computer controlled.
I didn't read if it's going
It
to
is.
be or what
It
it
is.
is.
Yeah, I
Okay.
read that. And I'll tell you what.
Engine limit?
Yeah.
RPM.
Yeah, they're going to
RPM?
put it in the PCM. Ooh, how was that?
PCM.
Yeah.
It's a TLA.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think I'm going to hate a little bit. I don't think NHRA is anywhere near as sophisticated as NASCAR, and I think they're going to be taken advantage of pretty well.
Oh yeah, they're going to get ass raped.
Yeah, on
Yeah,
the computer,
for a little
on the
while.
computer side. I
See-
mean, here's a group that can't even measure turbo sizes, and they're putting computers in cars so they can control something. There's going to be people in the stands changing shit on
Yeah.
fucking
Oh,
pro stock
man.
cars. There are.
Well, they're talking about hacking the Jeeps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It could be,
Yeah.
see their competitors in the stands hacking the car.
Yeah.
So I mean the red line there, the RPM limit. We can discuss that, but there's much more to that, which will go back into the discussion about the injection. What else?
Oh God.
Anything about women?
Yeah, there's a female driver. That's it.
That was his best attempt at comedy.
Jesus Christ, Ted.
You asked for it.
Okay.
I know. We
I
got
have
it.
a question.
Yes.
Why would they want to eliminate carburation?
Because you can't buy a carbureted car anymore.
That's number one. Number two, because they can get money from the injection people.
Oh yeah.
Because
He is a little cynical, isn't he?
But dude, it's all about money. It is.
Why is
so-
that all
so
about?
what
What
about-
about happiness?
But what
And-
about-
No, I'm talking about it with NHRA.
Oh, okay. Well, they
I don't-
just
I don't
suck.
mean- yeah, they
Now
do.
they're taking all natural aspiration.
No, it's still naturally aspirated. It's just digital fuel injection.
Yeah.
versus
It's
carbureted.
just throttle body fuel
There's
injection.
no
now.
boost.
Oh, but yeah, I read something about that though.
Well, here's what I'd like to know. Some very specific questions. When they say throttle body, Fudd, resident engineer, took on the stance that when they said throttle body, that they actually meant throttle body injector. And if anybody out there has any more knowledge about this, I'll give out the phone
What,
number. 'Cause,
injectors in a throttle body?
Yeah, hang on.
Negative.
908-751-0211. Phones are on, although I didn't have them on auto answers. So if anybody
Yeah,
called it, I
everyone,
missed
yeah.
it. They would have been gone.
Somebody call us. Hey, Pro Stock guys, call us. We know you're all listening.
Yeah, all of them.
All of them.
We get all the fan mail.
Yeah.
You guys suck. I'm sure Alan is completely incorrect because he was thinking like the he I guess he thought maybe these people were going to have to go out and buy the Holly.
The Holly Commander.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Well, why not?
But the throttle body is a very generic term. It could be on the front of a low profile sheet metal manifold,
Yep.
but I mean they didn't really specify.
No.
I was wondering.
I kind of think it's stemming towards control by a computer, and they can control the computers. So NHRA is going to be controlling these aspects of the car.
Well, that's where I was going with this. So, but when they say throttle body, are they looking to still maintain the look of a carburetor?
That's what I was
like
thinking.
that's
I can't imagine that they're going to take away a tunnel ram and take away two 4,500 openings and make a change that big. It would be too crazy. They're going to put two 4,500
Shaped
throttle bodies
bodies.
on it. They're low profile. They may lower the.
Well, they have to make a low profile if they're taking the hood
Yeah,
scoops away.
I mean, a throttle body could be like 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches versus a 4,500 carburetor, which is like 3.5 or something like that. They'll probably shorten the intakes, and there's no way they're doing an injector in a throttle body.
and I agree.
Although, I guess they could, but I don't know if they can get them big enough. There's not enough area.
and how does all of this make the racing more exciting?
It
for the
doesn't.
fans?
It doesn't. It just puts money in it.
well, the cars are going to be able to idle and cruise through the pits a lot easier.
That's true. They're going to drive them to the race. They're going to have to drive 60 miles before a race.
Next thing we know, there's going to be a pro stock car on Street Outlaws.
Yeah.
Oh, probably.
But the throttle body side of things, like if they're trying to maintain the look of carburetors, then yes, they would probably, it would be two 4500s. And actually, that doesn't happen anymore. We all know they're split.
Yeah.
So it would be,
Yeah,
four,
I guess it'll be 4 split twos and
right. And I mean, but
If they allow it.
yeah.
yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. The throttle body thing is kind of what messed me up because, I mean, you have to have a throttle body for a fuel injector.
Right.
I mean, it has to be there. So, but the fact they said that makes me really wonder what exactly they mean.
Well, let's think about it logically instead of from an engineering standpoint.
oh, snap, Fud.
Hey now. I don't think you can make, well, I guess somebody could make something big enough, but to put injectors in a throttle body like a Commander, I don't know that there's enough area to keep the power level that they have. You'd have to have injectors down in the ports and have just a wide open throttle body. Or split.
Well, look, I mean, and
They're not going to want to lose power.
Oh, they
No.
knocked the RPM down to 10.5.
Well, that's the other thing.
Wow.
I mean, now, yeah, I get it. They certainly nobody wants to take a step backwards, and I think that we've hashed this over. Unless there's other areas that it can be found, you're not going to take off, good working carburetors and put on a fuel injection system and pick up 100. I don't think it's going to happen.
100 horsepower?
Yeah, no.
Negative.
No.
But
They will pick up, though.
I think they could because of level of control of maybe some
That's-
other aspects,
Well, all
cylinder
of
to
it,
cylinder
all of it.
timing.
Yes, yes. Injector timing, injector pulse width,
Yeah,
all that stuff.
I think there's some stuff they can do, but then now we get into the conversation that I don't even know where anybody could have. I couldn't have this conversation. I don't know enough about it. But like take runner length, like Tad said, no hood scoops.
Mhm.
All right, the runner length is very specific to do exactly what the motor needs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, if
With a carburetor, especially.
right, because a carburetor requires the signal. That's what it's called to pull fuel out of the booster.
Yep.
Well, now you're putting the fuel in.
No signal required.
So now it changes what your potential effective runner length.
Think of this too. You're putting what kind of injector, what kind of fuel pressure are they going to limit them to? Because you're going to be able to atomize that fuel a lot better through an injector than dragging it through an annual discharge. I mean, it's not going to be something better.
I still sense a lot of cheating going on.
Hell yeah.
Well, there's going to be open holes here that they're going to have to find and close.
They will be able to pick up power, I think, because they will be able to run a much bigger throttle body and not worry about signal.
And here's another thing that I just thought of. If they didn't discuss this already, and again, it's very vague. There's, I guess, Alan told me that the PRI is where they'll release the rule revisions.
Mm-hmm.
One thing we didn't talk about is what if it's direct injection?
Nah.
No, I can't do that.
Why?
How could they?
Why not?
It's a whole nother engine, whole
Yeah.
nother head, whole nother everything.
Fuel pumps, it'd be monumental.
I understand it'd be well, I mean, but boy, direct injection. I mean, because one of the things that limits pro stock right now is what they think they can get away with for compression.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yep.
mean,
Well, that'll get better with DFI.
more control. Yeah.
I don't think there's any way it'll go to direct injection.
So now we've got
That's
these,
that's like flying from here to West Palm Beach and then tomorrow flying from here to Uranus. Come on, that's funny. No, it is. It's way too big a leap
right. But that is where the technology trend is going.
to direct injection.
Yeah.
Oh, Uranus.
Well, there's Uranus. Yeah.
That's crazy.
There's yeah, but there's no back end for that. Like big block, there's no big block Chevy with a direct injection head.
Oh, because
Or-
NHRA Pro Stock people wouldn't have a new head made. Come on, dude.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know
but
they
that's too-
would, but in a year, now,
there's not enough time to
Well,
do
yeah, it depends when it. Well,
they're starting in Sonoma.
what? That soon?
Yeah,
Who would know? Who
Now
would
you
know?
see that little piece of information. Good job, Tad. Again.
Would Sonny Leonard know
On the
what's
mic.
going on?
All right.
Would Sonny Leonard know these big time engine builds? Would they know what's going
no,
on?
he hasn't built a pro stock engine in ever.
I'm saying, do they get the heads up?
No.
None of these guys.
No.
Kazi?
Nobody gets a heads
Kazi,
up.
Well,
Kazi might.
until the rule book's out. But
Kazi might.
Here's what happens with the pro stock stuff. It's not profitable. You have to be the guy to be profitable. You can't. There's so much time in every motor you can't charge enough unless you are the guy.
Right,
It's tough.
right.
Now I know some people, build motors, lease them. I don't know how much of it still goes on. I mean, it's been so long.
A little bit.
They
But-
still lease motors, I know.
Yeah, but I mean the amount of work it takes to maintain and make those motors good, unless you're the guy, you really probably can't get enough to make it worthwhile.
No.
And from the leasing perspective, you give a guy a motor, he blows it to pieces and hurts a whole bunch of stuff. What do you got? Nothing. Guy gives it back, says, sorry, fucked you.
You know what? I got to tell you though, the mortality rate of a Pro Stock engine lately, and I mean for a long time, for years,
Yeah.
has been really good.
Yeah.
I mean, you rarely see somebody blow up.
No, I agree.
Jason Line blew one up this year. A couple people blew, maybe two failures this year
Okay.
in a big block Chevy that runs, 11,000 plus RPM.
Yeah. And I mean, all the dyno work that I know Tommy Martino and Kling and
yeah.
I mean, all the stuff that Frank Iaconio did, stuff didn't blow up on a dyno ever.
No.
Never, ever, ever. So, I mean, yeah, all that stuff's pretty good, but it's getting off the subject. I'm a mess.
I'm just wondering how all these changes are going to improve fan participation.
It's like, unfortunately, like Tom said, it's probably not as much fan participation. But I mean, what they're probably trying to do, and I'm going to be the nice guy here, Tom, instead of it's all about the money.
Go ahead.
They're probably trying to make fans identify more with the car.
Yeah.
And again, that
Oh, with the modern production car?
look,
Yeah,
one of the
no,
things
All the
they
fuel
always
injection going on and
Right.
everything.
one of the things they've always said is that these are door slammer, gas burning hot rods like you would have in your garage. Now they don't mean it. Obviously, it's certainly not your car, chromoly tube chassis, beautiful car, but it is
Yeah,
a
it's-
representation. No boost, no nothing, no nitromethane.
It's not a funny car.
It's pure. I mean, that's why guys like me, I love Pro Stock.
Yeah, me too.
Now,
Dad?
I watch it.
well, honestly, none of us probably watching anymore. If we're at the track, we'll make sure we see
Yeah.
pro qualifying, especially the Friday night session. You
That's-
ain't want to see what's good.
That's actually funny. Mike said if we're at the track.
Yeah.
like
Which
you'd be like-
happens often.
Yeah.
You're listening NHRA, nobody goes anymore. I'm curious about specifically, again, back to the fuel injection and the throttle body. What is going to happen? Like, who has any data what the runner length change will be that they don't have to generate signal for the carburetor? Who knows this?
Somebody. Somebody in NASCAR world can probably extrapolate to that.
You think they could? It's such a different animal, dude.
Yeah, I
with
know,
the
but-
cam timing and everything.
I know, but they got a lot of data.
Crickets.
Man, what?
NASCAR, he said it.
Somebody please call and hate on Tad. 908-751-0211, especially Alan. It would be great if Alan called and hated on Tad.
He won't hate on Ted.
No, I mean, there's going to be changes in the manifold side. There's going to be.
Well, if they're going to take hood scoops away, there's going to have to be.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing. They took hood scoops away. Did they take away forward-facing hood scoops, or they now have to have cowls? Because I'm thinking about this. I know where motors sit in a pro car. Anybody that's been at an NHRA event that looked at a pro car from the side can see how high. I mean, the reason that scoop is where it is that's because how much room they need. So how are you going to do this? I can't. Are we going to get into a 1 or 2 inch runner manifold?
And how does that change? I don't understand. I really don't. The hood scoop situation, the look of the car. I don't get it.
Well, the hood scoops were actually pretty well regulated. There was maximum opening sizes. I mean, there in inches and square inches. There was a lot.
Hey, one of my guys just texted me and said they do hold the cars. Guy stands against the quarter panel on the passenger side, stop it from kicking out.
I have never seen that. I've
Me
never
neither.
noticed it. Not with a pro stock car. Shut up, Tad.
Bag. Somebody calling hate on Tad just for no reason. Yeah, I mean, and this guy, he watches the stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Hey, we could be wrong.
could be.
I know I've been wrong. Maybe you haven't.
I know that
How many of us really pay attention to the burnout?
Well, I see the commercials when you're seeing the Saturday, Sunday pro stock, and you see the guy touching it as the car goes by in the camera. You don't know if it's somebody setting up for the
I
commercial.
honestly have never noticed that. And I've been to a lot of NHRA events where I don't think anybody's ever touched a car in the burnout, at least a pro stock car that I've seen. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I mean, I've been at the line a bunch of times for pro.
We've done it in grudge racing, and we just do it just to make it look good because the car was going to go straight anyway.
Oh, so it was like a throw off?
Yeah, you do that.
Like your car's so bad you got to hold it.
Yeah, you
all messed up.
ever see the guys that's directing the car back into the start to the staging lane?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of that stuff is drama. It's just drama.
It's
Because the driver himself, he can do it.
The game.
The
It's
game.
the game.
All right. Well, okay, we can knock that one down. But no, I don't know what I mean, because it's so new. Are they going to have cowls? Are they Has to be something.
That had no regular, nothing in written.
And I'm not blaming you because I'm sure there's just not enough information about it.
Or maybe they caught somebody shooting nitrous again through the hood scoop, so they're going to get rid of the hood scoop.
Now
Glidden's gone a long time ago.
No, I think they just want the look of the car back.
Wow, that was a stab.
Now Bob's going to call me and yell at me.
Yeah.
You dick.
Billy Glidden is my friend.
Yeah.
I don't even think Glidden was the last one cheated with.
Probably
with
not,
nitrous.
but
it was Jerry Ekman.
Oh, this conversation is going
Are you
left.
just looking to get? God damn it.
No fear.
RPM limit rule. That's the other thing. I mean, I had the conversation with Tad about this, or maybe it was Alan. I don't remember. So much the same.
Is there a limit now?
No.
There's no limit now, so why would you put a
just
limit
snuck
on?
that by.
Yeah.
He didn't even hear it.
No.
And the other one, forget it. He
No.
didn't hear it.
Look.
He's giving me the crook eye.
Alan is my friend.
I know he is.
I
Actually,
hope
he's
he calls
texting
right
incessantly.
now.
Yeah, he's probably texting Tom's son.
All right, now I see Alan is listening because he's running his grill here. So he said he couldn't listen because he had to make dinner.
Oh God!
Listen, Betty Crocker, call in. But like now we've got an RPM limit. Now Tad, what she holds dear to his heart is Formula One.
yes.
The reason that the Formula One cars make these insane horsepower numbers from little motors is because they turn 20,000 plus RPM. I don't think they're there anymore. I think they're 18.
No,
now,
they're
right?
they're,
17.
They're way down.
like 15 or 14.5
yeah.
or something now.
They're way down. It's terrible.
Oh, it is.
But that's where horsepower comes from because it's a calculation. It's torque times RPM divided by 52.
Right.
So with pro stock cars, everybody knew if you found a couple hundred RPM, and this is what circle track guys don't get, and it makes me sick. NASCAR understood it. That's why they started to put limits on stuff.
Yep.
If you can turn the motor a little higher in RPM and maintain the same horsepower, and you can use a little more gear, that gear is like having a multiplication sign between your engine and your back tires. So it assists you. You can go faster.
Right.
So when you can use that RPM to your advantage, cars are going to go faster.
Right.
But why on earth do we have to get into limiting a pushrod in block engine? I mean, I would think that physical limits, it can't
I
be.
guess they're trying to save money.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, the pro stock budget now.
They're cheap. I don't know. Who knows? They want to flex their muscle. They want to do something because they never do anything. Who knows?
And then again, how are they going to police this? I mean,
again, who knows?
Well, somewhere in here, I can't find it now. Somebody wanted to have a rear gear limit where everybody had to run this gear, deal with it. But they just decided
they did that in the fuel cars too.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
instead they did the RPM cutoff, and they're like all upset. They'd rather have the gear. Or whatever.
Question, Tad.
Yes.
Which way is the gear limited in a top fuel car? Numerically high or numerically low?
What are they, 273 or?
No,
you
I'm
can't.
asking which direction.
Can't go. Which way can't you go?
I would say numerically low is limited. They don't want you to
Right.
go too
Right.
low.
I remember,
Say
I think it was
upstairs.
Garlitz said, Jesus, if we could use the gears we want, we'd be going 450.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. If they could go 1-to-1
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
But think about both sides to this. Okay. So you limit the gear and you're going to limit it, like say numerically low. So you hopefully keep their RPM down. Sooner or later, that doesn't work.
No.
They're going to go faster and faster and faster.
Yep.
You put a gear in, you say, okay, you can't turn. We're going to make you have no numerically whatever and higher. Well, then the things have to turn a ridiculous RPM. Or it's going to be a race of who can blow up the most motors.
There are going to be so many problems with RPM limit because I don't know how sophisticated their system's going to be, but you remember chips. How many chips did you have to go through to find a chip that was actually accurate?
All right, I'm going to tell a little circle track story.
No boy.
And you, Tad,
It-
just zip it. The circle track guys,
Can you dispatch him and get me a water?
I might. You didn't have a water? I have one here. You can take one of mine. There you go, Thomas. See, Tad, I saved you.
Tad, you got saved
Um,
from dispatched.
the circle track guys locally, they decided that they needed to put a rev limit rule in place for a couple different classes. So the first thing they did is they said, okay, you can use an MSD box.
I know this story.
So you can use an MSD, an MSD rev limiter box. So, immediately we're taking a box apart. We're putting another resistor on the board. We're just, and then here's
Cheating.
the thing.
You were
Taking
cheating?
stickers off the plugs.
Well, the
and-
stickers off the chip are what the
that was
hillbillies do
that's the
because
first
they
thing
just said,
everybody did.
hey, Billy Bob, we just take that sticker right. That's what they thought.
Were you
And it
guys
worked.
cheating?
Oh, yeah. Well, you kind of, because here's what happens.
Everybody cheated.
You don't now in the sportsman stuff, the stuff we used to do, they had no limit. But if you're racing against everybody's cheating, you kind of don't have a choice.
Right.
So just to show you what happens, at first it was just wrong chip, different label. Then people got smart and realized that the chip was just a resistor. So then they added, or apparently, I can't remember which way it worked. I think they have to add a little resistance.
I don't remember either, but yeah, one way or the other.
So what they started doing is they started taking a wire and just putting a small little resistor in that would just raise the chip a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously you can't go past the start finish line, have your motor at 8,000, everybody else is 62, but nobody's going to hear 64 versus 62. And when they test your RPM limit at 3,000, they put it, the stupid tech inspector comes over with a 3,000 chip, puts a chip in and revs your motor up. If it stops anywhere in the vicinity of 3,000, it's okay.
Okay.
Because they're not that accurate.
Right.
So, I mean, that's at the local level with no brain cells behind how to cheat.
Right.
Now, Cup put an RPM limit in place because obviously their budget and smaller motors, super high RPM, you know, they would have been, I think Tom would agree with me, they would have been 11, 12,000 easy by now.
Yeah.
Easy.
But they went to McLaren and got a real ECU, and it's probably accurate to a couple 50 RPM.
Bingo.
Like that.
So now
we're going to have a fast that anybody can buy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Where is this going to go? This was the next question of the fuel injection stuff. Are they going to do something as sophisticated as a McLaren box?
They're going to have to.
Well,
or Motec or something.
But again, like you said, they need a program if they're going to start this.
Right.
Somebody would have to really be on this to be with McLaren or Motec or whoever.
The problem is they're going to have the smartest guy involved with NHRA, because if they don't, that smartest guy is going to get hired by somebody else, and he's going to be making changes from the stands.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
Wow.
So, I mean, this is, I mean, what they did here is they kicked over a bee's nest of people probably getting pissed off because they don't know. There's not enough information. And I didn't realize it was happening that soon. A little piece of information that our wonderful Thaddeus here neglected to bring up. Did you not see that, or is Tom just that much smarter than you?
He's that much smarter, yeah.
No fight right there. No fight. A
I
stab
thought,
and no fight.
Yeah. I thought Fo was calling it.
I've told him to.
Well, he can.
He's probably mad at the Betty Crocker thing. My phone.
He's probably mad at the world.
He can correct Tom. So
What did he say?
I just picked up my phone. I said, oh boy, Ekman's son, blah, blah, blah. And he just wrote, fuck you, which must have been when I said Betty Crocker. And he said 13,500. That must have been a reference to something. And he's like, exactly, push rods are the limit. And then said, Tad, go get Michael water.
well, Fudd can come back and do that now.
Alan, obviously, you have put down the baking utensils enough that you could text. You could also dial
he's
a
making
telephone.
a pie right now.
I don't know.
That's a
Cake,
jab. That's a jab.
a casserole. I don't know.
A casserole. Not a casserole.
But I think that like the RPM limit thing, all of this tied together between the hood scoop, the throttle bodies, the fact that they're going to limit RPM, you know, all these things. And I have some pro stock people that I can call Tommy Martino. I'm sure he'd talk about it. He loves to hate. He's miserable like I am. He'd be awesome.
Yeah, he would.
You know, all of this put together, to me, if they're going to make this happen this soon, they got a really hard time at pulling it off. Really hard time.
Does this have anything to do with the new guy coming in?
Probably. I mean, they're probably trying to shake stuff up. What they're trying to do is they're trying to shake off a stagnant brand. I mean, when was the last time you sat down and watched NHRA on TV? I watched a little bit of it one day, more than anything because I wanted to see pro.
Yep.
And look, I'm not hating on the pro stock bike guys. I'm not. I mean, no disrespect at all. I don't think I've ever watched a pro stock bike ever. I just don't really get it. Don't care.
I actually do watch them at the races because I know a lot of them.
Yeah, and I'm not saying. Listen,
And we have a famous local guy,
Yeah.
yes, we do.
Eddie.
Yep.
Yes, we do.
Englishtown.
Absolutely. But it hasn't ever been my thing. So
Right.
usually what they'll show, I guess sometimes they show pro stock bike, or do they always?
Yeah, no,
now?
they do. They always
Yeah,
pretty much.
you
always
know
do.
why? Money.
Yeah.
There's sponsorship from the bike guys. Yeah,
Yep.
you're
Yep.
probably right.
Harley Davidson.
Yep. Yep. So, but I mean, the brand is stagnant. Nobody's watching it, and that's what they got to fix.
Well, they swear that also in that article they said they have Fox time next year for I guess the whole season.
Actually, I will watch it with the new pro stock just to see what it's like, but I just hope it's not like Formula One where you're like, oh, it's boring now. It's like, so
Here's a guy
muted.
just commented. He said that the only time he watches it is if like he's in a bar and it's just on. You know, you don't know. But that's exactly it. Nobody seeks it out
Actually,
anymore.
too, when we were coming up, it used to be on regular TV stations.
Yeah.
So on a Saturday, we used to see that.
It'd be on Wild World of Sports.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I used to love, like, I'd be flicking through the channels,
So now-
standing at the TV,
Yeah.
clicking channels.
Now you
turning
need a
the
cable.
knob.
Racing's on, be like, whoa.
Now you need a cable station. So.
Chris Economaki.
Exactly right.
Yep. I remember that.
So that might
Boy,
be
am
a
I
big-
showing my age. I thought you were an old fucker. Now I'm getting
Yeah,
worse.
yeah.
Wow.
I'm 26.
Is that what you told her?
Yeah.
We don't have to get back to that.
She still doesn't know how old.
But I mean, so it could be in part to do with the new guy coming in, or maybe they're just realizing that they have to make some sort of changes. But here's the problem: racing overall is in bad shape.
Yep.
I've said it a million times before.
Do you think the Fast and Furious movies did it?
No,
No?
it's. I mean, maybe if anything, they help. Maybe they get people
The
that
Subaru kick, did that do it?
no. I mean,
That's the best.
well, all of that helps the
Shots
people.
fired.
The people that are the little guys that like cars, the car guys like we talk about. But like my brother actually called me this week, called me on Sunday. He's like, you near a TV? I'm like, no. I was like, why? You have to turn on a NASCAR race. They were at Indy, okay? The Brickyard, the like legendary historical raceway.
Yep.
But probably out of everybody, like, what are you racing? Indy 500 if you're going too fast? The first thing, nobody says, what are you racing, Atlanta? No, they say Indy.
Yep.
The most prestigious racetrack in the country. And the stands were empty for the NASCAR race.
Are you serious?
Empty. Terrible. I can't even believe that anybody in charge of NASCAR, I guess promoting or, the publicist or anybody, they didn't look at that and say, listen, have a meeting, emergency meeting, all the camera guys, don't ever point the fucking cameras in that direction because we don't want anybody to ever see that. It was bad.
Well, actually, part of that track is they closed and they put that Crown Royal advertisement over thousands of seats.
You think they closed it?
On the back.
Whoa.
No, I don't remember that ever being full for a cup race. I mean, that track holds so many people. I just don't think they can. And I'm not trying to get up on NASCAR's deal because even in the main stands, they were there. It was sparse.
Listen, that crown. You know why the Crown Royal banner's there? Because instead of look right back to what you wanted. Because nobody's buying the fucking tickets, so we might as well get something out of seats. We'll put a banner over it. But like even the main stands that they showed, Tom, terrible.
I know, dude, but they have a lot of seats there. Along the front stretch.
How about Daytona? Did you watch Daytona this year?
Yeah.
How'd that look?
In the back, how'd
that look?
It was
now, how'd it look in the front?
I thought it was okay.
Oh my God.
Was it weak?
I know people that were there. They were like, you got to be kidding me.
Wow.
It is better to watch it on TV anyway.
And that's the other thing that's probably hurting.
Oh, maybe the sign of the times.
Right. But NASCAR, look, anybody ever been, any of you guys gone to a UFC fight? Have you gone to one?
No.
Okay. We were watching the UFC stuff when it was Tank Abbott and all the very beginning guys.
I was too.
We went to a UFC fight at the Mohegan Sun. We were pumped. We were excited. It was awesome. I can't fucking wait. Left there and said, boy, that sucked.
Yep.
You can't see anything. It's almost like going to a football game. Now, no, I don't mean to offend any of the football guys out there that like it. Football game is atmosphere. I get it. But if you're really trying to watch football, to watch the technical stuff, the replays, the commentators, all that adds to it.
Sure.
So, but the problem is NHRA can't find a way to make the drag race interesting.
No,
It's not.
it's just not.
Wow.
It's a dying breed. That's why we gotta hope Street Outlaws and House of Grudge
Oh,
make some
Lord.
noise.
I would much rather watch Street Outlaws than an NHRA drag coverage. I really would.
Did you ever notice
That's sad.
I know,
I'm
but
sad now. I'm not that type of guy.
it's
I'm always happy.
he looks sad?
he does look sad.
What the fuck you doing, Mike?
Jeez.
I'm just hating. That's what I tend to do.
Yeah, true. Hey, we got to switch gears.
Okay. 908-751-0211.
Yeah,
Since Tom is supposed to be doing
too.
this and he's not.
908-751-0211.
Alan, you sissy, call in.
Yeah, Betty
He's still
Crocker.
texting.
No, the gear I want to switch is
Look at this. He's adding all this stuff. Alderman Jeffrey on, blah, blah, blah. Last time anybody cared. F1 actually put on a better race than NASCAR. He's another Formula One guy.
Yeah, he's crazy.
No, F1's better.
Alan is an engineer.
No, he's not.
Oh, I have an engineer.
All right. So anyway, August 1st, that last man standing race that my buddy Anthony's going to up in New York. Are we going?
Yeah, I'll go to that.
Well, it's this weekend.
Oh shit, August 1st.
Yeah, this
I'm
August.
so
This
fucked
coming August 1st.
When it
Today's 27th.
2015.
30 days.
I told you 3 weeks ago.
Oh, because that's sunk in.
I know.
What do you think? We're all like Tad sitting around playing with ourselves,
I had to say
looking
it.
at pictures of Caitlyn Jenner. We got stuff to do.
Oh,
Oh, low blow.
low blow.
You digging that, Ted?
What? Hell no.
All right.
Come on, you brought it right up about the cross-dressing, dude. You were right there.
Brought it up.
It's a family show.
All right. Yeah, no, I'll go to that. That'd be good.
All right. Yeah,
That'd be really good. Tad, you gonna go?
No.
Why?
I have to work.
on
On
Saturday?
Saturday?
Probably.
Probably or yeah.
I ain't gonna have time.
You're our color guy.
I know. Sucks, don't it?
What could you possibly have to do?
We are backed up at work.
You make horseshoes.
No. Nobody makes horseshoes.
You have to
Sorry.
put them on.
Somebody
the
has to make horseshoes, Tad.
Somebody has to
Why don't you find
nail
them?
them to the
Now-
horse.
All right, so Tom, tell us about this event in case anybody wasn't paying attention. last time.
It's a run what you brung street race on an unprepped airport. And I think it is, I forget now, 16 cars.
Okay.
You know, it's a bunch of money to enter. I'm not going to say how much.
Well, hold up. 16 cars, just who picks the 16? Or if they had more than 16, would they do 18?
I think
or?
they got, I don't know, but I think they got to 16.
Okay.
And actually, if Anthony's listening, he could text me or he can call in and give us.
Well, he threatened to
the
come in
scoop
at some
on it.
point, didn't he?
Yeah, I think we're going to have him here one night because he could be good.
Mm-hmm.
He's legit.
Okay.
Yeah, I've talked a lot with him about street racing. Him and Crunch could actually go back and forth and probably remember old times. But Ant, if you're listening, text me. I don't remember how many it is or any of that stuff, but it sounds like it's going to be good.
And what airport is it?
I don't know, man. I said it on last week's
It might
show.
be. It might be a private location.
No, it's not. It's
No,
Signal
no,
location.
No, they advertised it. I'm going to find it. It's on
Everything's
it's on
legit.
our Facebook page.
Quarter mile.
Yeah, quarter mile.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
Big airport.
Unprepped quarter.
Yeah. It's going to be good.
How are they going to do the matchups?
Maybe I have to try to get there.
I don't know.
Well, look, if it's a last man standing, everybody's expecting to go as fast as they possibly can. So I don't think you're going to
With
have a
no
bad
limits
draw.
on cars.
I don't know.
tires?
Well, is this going to have the Lamborghinis with all-wheel drive and stuff or no?
No.
Well, they
and-
can't
and-
come because it's just not fair. They're just too fast.
Too much
any car.
traction.
Fuck you. I'll tell you what. If AMS showed up with their with that GTR, I wouldn't want to be involved.
I'll bust their ass. Go ahead. You get one of them fucking guys to show up there, and I'll make sure Anthony shows up. And we can talk about Anthony a little bit, too. He's my hero.
Okay, is Anthony showing up? We're talking about a bunch of local street race guys.
Okay.
We're not talking about Anthony. You can't bust out Anthony every time something happens.
Well, no.
Oh, somebody just landed on the moon. Fuck that. Anthony will fucking go land on the moon.
Listen, dickhead,
Idiot.
I'm not even going to rehash how wrong you were that your Lambo guys or GTR guys said,
Oh,
well,
I-
you know, Tom, we really wouldn't race a car like that because we really get our ass kicked.
Well, it's against the rules.
Now it's against the
They
rules.
have to have
But,
street tires. Hey, you know, the rules were the rules.
and what did they say?
Fellas,
They need to have street tires.
stay focused.
But what did they say?
They said a
What-
big tire would be faster.
There, thank you.
I told you that.
What? I'm
No. I told you
I'm
that. I
enjoying
told you
this.
they said that. I'm not saying
right.
I was right.
Settle down.
Gotta have
Did
AC.
you get the airport location? Or did you get so pissed off you put your phone
I
down?
got so pissed off I put my phone down. I was ready to punch you in the face. Oh man.
This is definite.
Anthony, I think he
in the
bailed. I think he
garage.
bailed me here. 16 cars, quarter mile, just a burnout, and it was the first 16 to step up. That's who did it.
Really?
Yeah.
Ask him. Why doesn't he call? Hey, dickhead, 908-751-0211.
You called the guy dickhead? He will punch you in the face.
That's okay.
No, but he will.
Okay.
Like Sunday, he'll walk up, shake my hand, punch you in the face, and then go race.
All right, I'm going for this.
Just make sure you got the camera. Give us a call, 908-751-0211. Plug your event. I think that would be
Yeah,
pretty
because
good.
I actually forgot. He gave me he sent it to me. You know
How many people
Oh, here it is.
is there a spectating area or
Wurtsboro. No, probably not. You probably just stand around.
yeah,
Yeah.
they didn't set up. Well, I mean, I wouldn't think they set up grandstands.
Is
or
there
whatever.
going to be
No.
food there?
That's all that matters. The crunch.
That's all those guys at outside the table are thinking.
Well, are you
about.
gonna go?
You should go. This might be good.
I think I have something very important to do Saturday.
What's her
Well, she'll wait.
Cut my grass. Maybe.
What kind of car guy are you?
I'm just making this.
Yeah, he's making
We have
that
to see. I mean, they're going rounds, right?
It's 16 cars. There's
Right, going round.
no way around it.
This is
They
a
all
ladder.
run-
This is a ladder style payout.
Yeah.
I'm not interested. I don't want to see that. I want to hear what you guys come up with.
All right.
I'm gonna send you guys. I'm gonna dispatch you guys to the airport for a good report.
He's dispatching us.
Yeah.
yeah.
Very
Wow.
nice. Very nice.
Tad, I'm gonna help you here.
So this, so no prep, burnout
Are
only.
we going to take the minivan up there?
There we go.
Not a chance, dude.
You gonna take the vet?
Well, obviously I ain't taking a fucking excursion. It don't even run.
Well, then that's why I can't go.
I'll just
It's only
meet-
2 seats.
Well, I could get. I mean, I could bring a 4Runner. I mean, we could fit you, dude. I have other cars.
Tad, you're supposed to help me out.
You
here.
can't get in Tad's car because it's full of White Castle boxes.
You know,
Yeah,
We can't go in that car anyway because you don't know if you can get out with that fucking
The
vacuum hose.
door handle. Did you
Door
post that on
retain-
Facebook?
No, I did. I felt bad.
All right. Don't
why?
feel bad.
I don't care.
I know
But-
you don't care.
all right, so-
we care.
Back to the airport race. So no prep,
No
burnout
prep,
only.
Burnout only.
First 16 cars that entered,
Yep.
and there's no bracketing, no selecting. It's probably, I would imagine, it
Winner goes to the next round.
winner
Yep.
goes to the next round.
Come to the last man standing,
Yep.
and make sure they don't split the last 4 cars on the payout because that's some coward stuff. They do that in the South. Get down to the last 4 of the 16 car count.
Oh, and they all.
those guys
I mean, they
agree
do that in
to
Gambler's
split the
race,
money,
too.
and I'm like, you take away from it from a guy like me.
I get you, but how do you stop that?
I
If-
mean,
if
you
the
probably
two
can't
guys-
stop it,
If
but
the-
it should be known. If they do it, make it known. That way, it's less
Yeah.
important.
No, I understand what you're saying. So, like, if the winner share was 20 and the second place guy was 5, all right, look, we'll just go easy. We won't break our shit. We won't crash. We
Yeah.
won't try to blow our shit
Yeah,
up, and we'll just split it. Yeah, I know that kind of sucks.
That kind of
Happens all the time in Gambler's race.
I would have to think these guys are going at it.
This is going to be exciting because of the no prep, and it's an airport road.
Yeah.
So it's going to be some.
What time
you're not
we
going to
pick-
go down there
What
flying.
time are we picking you up, buddy?
I'll let you know.
Really?
Well,
Wait,
you got to let us know because I'm going to have to bring some kind of vehicle that'll fit us all. Tad.
Right. Well, my stomach is not that
Sounded more
big.
interesting.
And we could just meet. I guess we can come here.
I don't know where it is geographically from here. I have no clue.
It's Wurtsboro.
Can you rent a Porsche 4-door?
That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Ooh, Panamera.
Somebody is Fudd is still texting.
Then we could put the picture of the
I went to
4-door
get
Porsche.
my phone. Where? Oh my FL. ... I went to get my phone, and then where? Question mark.
What are we
What?
doing on this episode? Are we bugging out? Are we
I just
are we
sent it-
official car guys still? Or
I
are
just
we
sent
crazy?
Anthony. Anthony's going to call him. I just sent him a number.
Okay. I don't even know if the thing's friggin' working. I didn't even test it because
So what was Fudd saying?
I'm not sure.
Because we're kind of going off the rails here. I mean, it's like a conversation we're having right now.
It's not. I mean, that was very good stuff. I mean, I'd
Yeah, we
really
wanna-
like to
Sounds
see.
interesting. It really
Yeah,
does.
all the guys.
Then
that-
why aren't we all going?
I'm going.
I know.
The guy who's self-proclaimed car guy
Crunch
is
has to-
talking about cutting his grass.
Crunch
Well,
has
once
he's got to paint a bridge
I mean,
or some
once
shit.
that's once I hear about a ladder style payout,
Oh, come on.
and then
You'll live.
There's nothing wrong with a ladder style payout.
No.
I think
not at all.
I think I had an appointment to get my grass cut.
Well, I'm on. So
Point.
you should have somebody else cutting your grass.
Well, I know one other thing that I want to talk about. Anthony tried to hit me on text message the other day, and I was busy and I didn't answer him. Now, we had talked briefly that we heard that he won again, and there was some controversy over the turbo size or whatever. Here's basically what happened. Anthony is the only guy that put on small turbos
As opposed to the weight, right?
as opposed to the weight.
Okay.
So it was 100 pounds or it was a smaller turbo. So he went down, and I'm never any good at this shit because it's not my world. I don't think
Right.
about it.
right.
But he went to an 80-something,
88
turbo
from a 94.
from a 94.
Two of them.
Two of them.
Okay.
Three of them.
And at the,
And still
See if
smash
you're listening.
the field.
yes. And not only that, that is to the tune of probably in the neighborhood of $8,000 to $9,000 for turbos.
That's
Yep.
what it cost him
Yeah.
to go down in size and still smash the field.
Yeah. Well, he didn't smash the field.
It got closer.
The field tightened up for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it did.
So that's what they wanted.
It's what they wanted. And Anthony said, look, it got tighter for sure. Didn't make as much boost. Felt like it was kind of nosed over in high gear. Like he said, it was noticeable,
Right.
slower.
Right.
And he said, look, he's like, we gotta work more on 60. We got to do this. But here's the really disturbing thing. Even though this wasn't after Anthony himself, a lot of these guys couldn't make minimum weight to begin with. So when they got 100 pounds have to added, like if they said, all right, like you got to put smaller turbos on or at 100, they didn't have to change their game plan at all.
Right, because it really wasn't a penalty for them.
Right. So the guy who really got penalized was Anthony. But that's why he's like, oh, dude, I'm going there. I'm so screwed. It's going to be terrible. I'm not going to get anywhere.
Then he whacked him.
He popped out in 84 or whatever and qualified number 1 and then went all the way through and won the event. You know, so
congrats, Ant.
Yeah, he's doing really well. Now there was no auxiliary controversy that, you know, because I thought the way that I heard some of it was people were upset that he didn't change turbos or something happened, but he was in fact one of, if not the only guy that did.
That chose that option.
His car owner did. I got to meet his car owner. I like this dude because he's like, fuck this. We're going to have to do it anyway. Let's go that direction.
Okay.
And I told Anthony, I said, if you can pick up, you know, a 10th and 60 foot, do it. Fuck him. I don't care. Sure. Because it's going to get to the point that if Anthony is the only fast turbo guy or the only turbo guy winning, you kind of can't penalize just him. You kind of can't. If it's Anthony winning and the next guys, you go down the list of where they qualified or wherever, they're all blower guys, and then you got turbo guys filling out, you know, 9 back. Fuck them. You know, you just do a better job.
True.
Okay, I understand. I mean, it is what it is.
The world ain't a bracket race, dude. You know that. Right. If you go for a job interview and you're the dummy, nobody's giving you a fucking dial-in.
10.
Yeah.
It was 73 miles away, it looks like. Worthboro. Not that bad.
What the hell?
Holy fuck.
Yeah, it is. It says from here, you take 287 to 87 to 6, and you go right in.
Okay, so that must just be just over the border then.
Yeah, it's kind of just over the border. We're in the corner where Milford, New Jersey is and all that nonsense.
Okay.
Where Jersey, Pennsylvania, and New York are.
All right, we got a caller. Oh, fuck. I don't know how to answer this without the interface up. All right, hang on a minute. Let's try it. Well, I don't even know if this is all going to work after what happened. Hold on a minute here.
You just told the guy to call and you don't know if it's going to work.
I know. I'm a dickhead. Hang on.
Dummy.
Yo, buddy, you there? Maybe not. Hold on, let me try again. All right, hang on.
Jesus. We're looking really pro right now.
Yeah.
Listen.
Way to go, IT.
What people don't understand is what goes on here. Everything resets. Everything. So just give me a minute here.
Yeah, give me a minute too so I can grab my crickets. Idiot.
Want me to sing the Star Spangled Banner?
Yeah, do that. We're
say, can we see?
Wow. Hang on.
Get the crickets.
You didn't even have it right.
Oh, man.
All right, here we go. We're getting in.
At least they could hear us. Oh, there we go.
There.
Like
that's why it's the red button. Son of a bitch, it's the red button.
Idiot.
Anthony, you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
All right, now I got you.
What's up, Ant?
Don't hit me. I didn't mean to call you a dickhead. I was just being sarcastic. You could hit Tom now. I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
So
he's got no reason to hit me.
He should hit you. If he knew half the shit you said about
I'm
it.
going to fucking hit you.
All right, so tell us a little more about this event. How did it come together? You know, what made it happen?
Well, it was put together by a kid who street races up towards upstate New York area. And I guess, you know, from listening to people, you know, everybody says I got the baddest car, or New York builds the baddest cars, whatever. So I guess he knows somebody out there that owns an airport or has access to an airport. So he put together a race, and it was the first 16 that were willing to step up, pay the money. Everybody did that. It's 16 cars. It's no prep. You can only do a burnout, and the names are drawn from a hat. So every round, whoever wins, your name gets put in a hat and you get drawn, and that's who you run, and run till last man standing.
So this is a really democratic race. There's no games here. This is it.
Nah, straight up. It's a flashlight start. It's, you know, there's no way to cheat it. You know, your name's in a hat. Everybody's watching you being pulled, and it is what it is. And it's run what you brung. The only rules are there's nothing bigger than a 29 10.5 tire, W, no wheelie bar, and it has to be rear-wheel drive because it's no prep. If it's prep race, then anything goes.
Wonder why. Hey, Ant, so it's just a burnout, and that means you can't no VHT or anything, right? Just a burnout.
VHT and a burnout. The only thing is you can't take a sprayer and go out 300 feet or 60 feet or whatever.
Got it.
It's just a burnout as far as you can drag it and come back.
All right. So in other words, VHT would be poured down where you're doing the burnout.
Yeah.
Whatever you carry out, you carry out.
Just like Street Outlaws does. Yeah.
Any test hits allowed, or is it everybody goes out there cold?
He's been up in the air. He's trying to say, some people are coming far away, that he'd like people to take a test hit to see the road. I said no test hit. I'd rather just drive down the road to see what it feels like, bump-wise, crown-wise, or whatever. But, a lot of the guys that are kind of nervous are like, no, we'll take a test hit. I'd rather go blind. The only thing I'd like to do is just feel the road.
Yeah, because airports generally are not beautiful for cars.
Surprisingly enough.
Yeah.
Somewhere it's probably been there for 100 years.
Yeah. Huh. Now you can't. Are we allowed to say how much it was to get in or no?
Yeah, I don't care. It was $500 to enter, $6,000 to win.
Okay.
Hey,
and there is food there, Crunch.
Hey, Crunch was saying that it would suck if people split the pot like they do at gamblers races. At the end, you get down to 4 cars or 2 cars. Any chance of that happening?
It's a possibility, I guess, if you're running somebody or if you're kind of nervous of going home with nothing.
I guess if you put yourself in that spot, you can certainly do it, right?
Yeah, correct. I mean, me, I'm running for it all. I came to win.
There we go.
Good. I like that
I'm
attitude.
not making no deals. There ain't no friends in racing.
See, now it's getting exciting now. Food, and you said,
are you going to
no
go?
friends in racing.
Or are you going to fuck with your grass?
I'm going to try.
All right.
I'll let you know tonight.
And all-wheel
we can come up
drive.
with a vehicle.
I think it'll be good. It'll be fun.
We're renting a 4-door Porsche.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be all right. I think it's gonna be pretty good.
Tad.
And there's also
If Crunch goes, you're going.
Okay.
Go ahead, Anthony. I'm
I'm
sorry.
going to dispatch you to the.
I said there's also going to be grudge racing, too. It's not just the 16. So after that race,
Oh.
if anybody else feels they didn't get to try someone else,
Oh.
See, now we're getting a little excited.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. That'll be good.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
And I was telling these guys you took Mike's nephew for a ride on Saturday. It was pretty.
yeah,
That was pretty good.
he was scared shitless.
I know he got out. He was shaking.
Yeah, I
Get good test.
I said it before. If you've never been in a good car, like something that can hook or leave or pull really hard, people are like,
Putting the force sticking you in your seat.
yeah, because you've never experienced anything like that. You have, and then the portion of it you not in control because you're in the passenger seat. The noise, the sound, like all the things that you don't know are for normal. You don't know what normal is, so you don't know if you're about to crash or that noise is normal or the flywheel is going to come from.
Yep.
You don't know.
Yep.
It's light, it feels like it's floating.
Yeah. Yep. And moving around on the back tires, most people have no idea what that feels like.
Yep.
Well, Anthony,
Not at all.
Anthony, good luck on the race, bro.
All right, thanks, man.
All right. Yeah. We'll definitely see you up there. And we'd like you. I mean, Tom's said a bunch of times, we'd like you to come in. I mean, for sure. It's all
I'm definitely. I want to come in.
right, man. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. You can
We'll get him in.
come in, make fun of Tad.
Yeah. Whatever.
If nothing else.
All right, Anthony. Well, good luck and we'll see you up there.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Ant.
Bye bye.
Later.
All right.
He seems all right.
He is a good guy.
I don't think he's going to punch me in the face.
I hope he does punch you in the face.
As long as I get it on video, I don't care.
All right, so I know we're close, but where's Fudd?
I don't know.
Bueller?
He might be on the dessert course.
Bueller?
Making a cobbler or something.
Gobbler. He's out at the smoker.
Alan is my friend.
He's commenting here. All I want to know is where is the airport race? Well, if you were listening, obviously you are.
Wurtsboro.
Buy a motor from Anthony if you're slow. And that's a good, honestly, that's a very good, fair point.
It's good advice.
Absolutely. If you're getting your ass whooped and Anthony's whooping you, that's the guy you go to buy a motor. I know what happens with that bullshit though, because like
it ain't the motor.
yeah, well, if you're whooping some guy, like, because it happened with us, we didn't sell circle track motors. Brian went out there. Brian won, I think, 22 of 24 heat races, and we didn't sell one motor.
Yep.
Not one.
Yep.
Because everybody said, well, if you did that, for your brother, you're not going to help us. We're going to get junk.
That's because you're doing the backwards
Yep.
running motors.
Or they're afraid you're not going to give them the real horsepower.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's almost like it's a really double-edged sword because you got to do good in a class, but you can't do too good. And if you got guys that they think are your pets and you're taking care of them, then, everybody's like Tom, cynical that, oh, it's about money or it's about this or it's about that. Unfortunately,
It is about money.
you're probably right on most of it.
Right.
All right, Tad, anything else?
That pretty much
freak?
covers it.
Pretty much covers it.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right.
He's a driving force, isn't
I
he?
know he's amazing. Thank God we had him.
Damn right.
He'll be making a fucking cobbler next week.
Yep. All
No,
right. Well,
no,
we'll be
no.
back next week and we'll report on this the street race. I think it's going to be pretty good. At the airport. So that's it.
It'll be good.
We'll check you all out check us all out next week. I'm all fucked up.
Say goodnight, Ted.
White Castle.